Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being with us for this Facebook Live. It is Tuesday morning. It is February 18th. Another dangerously cold morning out there. We'll talk about the cold and when we'll finally get some relief in just a second here. But first, a reminder, you can watch us each and every morning, weekday mornings. About 8 o'clock, we go live here on Facebook. We love when you can join us live. But if you can't, you can find us later in the day on your Facebook feed. It stays up all day long for you. So watch us whenever you can. You can also find us on our Inform YouTube page and on your favorite podcast platform. Just go to inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute. All right, we're back down in the deep freeze again this morning, and hopefully we can crawl our way out of here sometime.
We sure will. 21 below right now.
Oh, gosh.
Ugh. We've been in the 30s below out along Highway 83, so Minot, Bismarck to Linton. They've been as cold as minus 38. So it is worse a little bit out to the west.
One of those things where, once it's this cold, you don't get used to it.
Cold,
it's just like,
I mean, cold is cold. Like once it's minus 20, does it really feel that much colder?
It's just terrible.
Yeah. Lots of minus 20s, wind chill values minus 30s, 40s, and 50s once again this morning. There's not much for wind, but any little whisper is going to drop your wind chill. Your feels like all the way down to the 40s and the 50s below. We will stay below zero again today. So pretty much a copy and paste day of what we had yesterday. Lots of sun, light winds, high temperatures pretty close to about minus 4 is what we're looking at today. Clear sky again tonight, which means we go right back down into the minus 20s for tomorrow morning. Wind chill values could easily be once again in the minus 40s and minus 50s. Extreme cold warning in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we've still got some time to go. There's actually one right now which expires at noon and then it gets reissued by 9 o'clock tonight and then it's in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but
just cold.
You might as well put it up the whole time. Under that. So 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then things start to get better. It's not an instant switch. We're near 0 for your high tomorrow. We're near 6 on Thursday. Near 20 on Friday. That's when I think it'll start to feel a little bit better. Wind does pick up on Friday, so do plan on a breezy day, which of course is going to make it feel colder, but our temperature itself climbs up to about 20 degrees. 30s for the weekend. Clouds though, so it's not like a sunshiny 30s. I still expect there to be melting weather. Therefore, also going to watch out for some fog in the mornings, just kind of the consequence of doing afternoon melting that you have to watch out for fog in the morning. But as we slowly chip away at our snowpack, it sets the stage for even a bigger warm up into next week. When you have deep snow on the ground, it's really hard to warm up because the sun's energy goes into melting that snow before it can go into boosting your temperature. And so as you chip away at the snowpack after a couple of days of melting, then we get to see our temperatures soar for next week. And we're forecasting 40s above 0. I know. Even a stretch of 40s. It's not even just like one token day. It's a stretch of 30s and 40s starting Saturday through Sunday, Monday, and then the rest of the 10-day forecast has 40s on it. So holy buckets, what a turnaround. That means I'm forecasting 25 below tonight, so into tomorrow morning, and then I've got 45 next Thursday. That's a 70-degree temperature difference in about a week.
That's crazy.
That's wild. That's a really big turnaround. I do have a chance for a few sprinkles, maybe a little bit of drizzle Monday, Tuesday, so we'll watch out for that. And of course, temperatures do fall back below the freezing point, back below 32 overnight, and so that can lead to some icy conditions and slippery roads. So the warm-up comes with its problems, if you will, but it's still going to be really nice to not be bitter outside.
Not quite this bad.
Not quite this bad. Much better weather to come. We'll watch out for any of those rainy, drizzly. It would be weird to see rain. I don't know. That'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
But there is a chance of that next Tuesday. So 1 week from today. All right.
If there is, you'll let us know.
I sure will. All right. Thanks,
Lydia. All right, let's get into your headlines here this morning. We've got a few things for you, of course. Happening today, Leonard Peltier will be officially released from prison. Peltier has served nearly 5 decades in federal prison for his role in the murder of 2 FBI agents back in 1975. It's a story we've been following for decades at WDAY since it happened. Just minutes before he left the Oval Office, President Joe Biden commuted Peltier's sentence. The now 80-year-old Peltier will move to a home near Belcourt, and that's where he'll serve the rest of his life sentence under home confinement. Peltier is also in failing health, in case you didn't know that. A 6-vehicle pileup overnight on I-29. That crash happened a few miles north of the Wahpeton exit. The Richland County Sheriff's Office says a semi was going south when the driver swerved to avoid a deer that was in the road. That's when he lost control, crossed over into the northbound lanes, and then the pipes that were in his trailer or on his trailer that he was hauling, they came off the trailer. Those pipes ended up blocking the northbound lanes before they rolled off into a ditch. The pipes damaged several other vehicles, but thankfully there are no reports of any injuries. Big vote. West Fargo voters approved one question and then rejected 2 in that bond referendum vote for West Fargo schools. Each question needed 60% of the vote to pass. The one yes gives the district nearly $100 million for needed projects within the next 5 years. That includes improvements to South Elementary, as well as finishing Heritage Middle School and Horace High School. And then as for questions 2 and 3, they did not pass. Number 3 did not reach the threshold with only 43% of the vote. Question 2 was very close. It actually came down to absentee ballots being counted. Question 2 did ultimately fail, getting 59.1% of the yes vote. So like I said, a very close vote there. That would have secured funding for a new elementary school and more building upgrades, but did not pass. So 1 for 3 on those questions. Big national headline: investigators are working to figure out what caused a Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis to crash and flip upside down shortly after it landed in Toronto, Canada. At least 17 people were hurt in the crash, but thankfully all 80 people on board did survive. The plane crash landed on Monday afternoon. The Toronto Airport Fire Chief says the runway was dry at the time of the crash and there was no crosswind conditions. I watched a video of the crash happening. It looked to me like the plane came down a little bit cockeyed, and then when it hit, the wheels hit the pavement, the right side wheel essentially just broke off, and then the plane ended up flipping over onto its top. So very scary video. If you haven't seen it, you could find it online somewhere. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says he is in contact with Delta about the crash and to get details and help out in any way that he can. Today on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, there is just a couple weeks left in the regular season, and the Dragons are getting hot at the right time. How MSUM welcomed back one of its best players to the lineup. Plus, the 4th year of girls wrestling in North Dakota wraps up this weekend. A look at Central Cass's team looking to bring home multiple state titles. Hot Mic is live with Dom Izzo today. You can watch it from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inforum.com. Don't forget, for just 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, get that all-access pass to Inforum.com. Just go to our website, Inforum.com/subscribe. You can get that deal. You can find lots of good content there. Remember, also join us for the rest of our newscast today. Our next one's at 11. I'm subbing in for Becky Parker today, so you can join me at 11 o'clock. And then also we have newscasts at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back tomorrow morning with First News from 5 to 7. So we'd love to have you join us then. Stay warm and have a great day, everyone.